Hi, I'm going to be taking you through a little song called In Vain by Sigrid. It features some stunning vocals, which I will absolutely not be attempting. Some great guitar playing with some fantastic use of some nice chords. I've looked everywhere for YouTube videos and tabs, not managed to find anything, so I thought I'd have a go myself. My ears aren't the best, so if you spot any errors or have any suggested improvements, just post a comment below and well, maybe I'll change it. Okie dokie, let's get on with it. So let's start with the first verse. For this bit I hold my pick between the thumb and index finger, and I use my middle finger to pick the higher notes. So here's a quick run through. So let's take first one through slowly. So basically you're picking two notes from fairly normal chords, which are E minor, B minor, C, G major and D major. So the first notes you'll play are two notes from the E minor chord, which are the 7th fret on the 5th string and the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Then you move to the B minor chord, which is the 7th fret on the 6th string and the 7th fret on the 3rd string. I then move to the C major, which is the 8th fret on the 6th string and the 9th fret on the 3rd string. Just putting this together. And from there you move to G major and the D major. So G major is 10th fret on the 5th string and 12th fret on the 2nd string. And then to the D major, which is 10th fret on the 6th string and the 11th fret on the 3rd string. And then you go back to the B minor and back up to the C. Play that again for you. So that's the first part of the verse 1. Right at the end, though, to lead into the next round of the verse, it ends kind of with a G. And then there's a nice interesting slide from a D up to the E minor to start the second part of the first verse. And that's just simply sliding this note D, 5th fret on the 5th string, up to the 7th fret, and hitting your 8th fret on the 2nd string. And then it's exactly the same pattern again. And that's your first verse. So to start the pre-chorus, you have to go back to the chorus for a moment, because you're going to start the pre-chorus on a D major. So if you remember, the verse 1 ended like this, and then we're going to move that up to the D major, and start playing this little kind of riff, which is played on the 12th fret of the 6th string, and then I put my pinky on the 12th fret of the 3rd string, and my first finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string. Let me just play it through for you. and then we'll work it out. So that was this shape. 12th fret, 6th string, 9th fret, 4th string, and 12th fret, 3rd string. And I'm picking the 12th fret on the 6th, and then the 12th fret on the 3rd, and then the 9th fret on the 4th. And then all I'm going to do is move that first finger here up 1 fret, like this. It's relatively simple. And then we've got a bit of a tricky move to go to a D again. But I'll do with a slight difference, I think, this time. And that's the 10th fret on the 6th string and the 12th fret on the 3rd string. And then I'm going to play this open string here, which is the D, in the same sort of picking pattern as the previous bit. And then I'm going to drop this this finger down. Actually, I just take that finger off and just use the other finger here, back to the D major. So, just playing that again. There you go. And that's one of those bits where I wasn't quite sure of it, to be honest. So I'm not sure it is that open D string, but it seems to sound reasonably good. Okay. So we now move on to the chorus, which I'll play through for you now. So let's start looking at the chorus slowly, and it kicks off with a simple G major chord, and then it moves to sort of part of an E minor chord. So it starts with a B, which is a 2nd fret on the 5th string, but I'm barring the whole of the 2nd fret like this, and then I put my pinky on the 5th fret even of the 4th string. I'm playing the 3rd string open effectively, using the bar, and then using my 2nd finger to play the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then I'm playing the top string as well, which is also barred by my 1st finger. So those two chords together. And it moves very quickly to a fantastic chord, which is the C major, but instead of stopping your bar on the C, you move it across to the G, so you play the G as well. So those 3 chords together. And then it moves up to a D major, and then an E minor, and back to a D major, and then this nice little chord, which is a C sus2. So it's like a C major chord, like that, but you're taking this bar off and just putting 2 fingers onto the 5th fret of the 4th string and the 3rd string. So the notes should sound like this. And then they're actually played in the song with a slight change to picking. So previously you've been playing just with the pick. Now you're going to play with the pick and one finger. And you're going to pick the 5th string, and you're going to pick, you're going to pick with your finger the 2nd string. And then with your pick again, play the 3rd string, and then the 4th string. And then for good measure, I like to slide this finger here, which is my 4th finger, up from the 5th fret on the 4th string, up to the 7th fret on the 4th string, like this. That'll take me into the next part of the chorus. So let me just do that. Just putting that all together. And that then joins back into the G major chord again. So finishing that last part of the chorus. And then you might think it's going to be the same E minor chord next, but it's a slight difference, I think. I might be wrong. Maybe Paul Davids will correct me. But it sounds like to me, with my not so great ears, a B, which is the 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then I'm muting the 4th string with that finger, and I'm playing the 4th fret of the 3rd string and the 4th fret of the 2nd string. So I'm playing these notes, and then if I play across those notes, but I'm actually muting this string here. And then it moves up to the G major with the C added on. Again, so just showing you quickly. On the 3rd time round of the chorus, it goes back to the first E minor chord again, and then the pattern is exactly the same, so it's like this. And on that 3rd one, I don't actually play that slide up. And then it moves into the next verse. So let's play verse 2 straight through. It goes like this. So after verse 2, you go into the 2nd pre-chorus, which is played exactly the same way as the first pre-chorus. You finished the verse on the D major, and you jump straight into the same picking pattern for the pre-chorus. What you'll notice here is rather than 3 rounds, which you're kind of playing on some of the other chords in verse 2, you're playing 4 rounds initially. So it's rounds kind of on each of the patterns, apart from that last pattern, but it's 2 and a bit. Okay, after the pre-chorus, you're back into the chorus again, which is exactly the same as the first chorus. It goes like this. So after the chorus, it moves into a bit of a funky bit for the guitarist, and it kind of goes like this. And I'll play it from the end of the chorus. So let's slow down that funky bit for you. So it starts off, let's start with the end of the chorus with the C sus2. The first thing the guitarist does is slide down from the 10th fret on the 6th string. Nice little glancing note there. Let's just do that again. And then it goes into a G major chord, but it's played slightly funky. So what I'm doing there is playing the 6th string, 3rd fret, and then hitting these 2 strings of the G major chord, the 4th and the 3rd string, and then back to the 6th string. And then it's our E minor 7th chord again. And then a C major chord. And you're playing the 5th string, the 4th and 3rd string, and then back to the 5th string. And actually, I think one of those is muted, so it's something like. So let me put those together for you. And then here's another chord, which I'm not quite sure of, but to me it sounds a bit like this. It's like a B, so on the 5th string, and then the 5th fret on the 4th string, and the 4th fret on the 3rd string. So like a little passing chord. Just put that together for you. And then I play the 7th fret barred across the 2nd and 1st strings like this. And I'm hammering on to the 8th fret on the 2nd string. And then I play these 2 harmonics up here. So it's this 12th fret harmonic on the 2nd string and the 12th fret harmonic on the 1st string. So, and then I play sort of partial D major chords. So I'm barring the 7th fret on the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, like that. And then I'm playing the harmonic on the 7th fret on the 3rd string and the 7th fret on the 1st string. Just trying to put that together for you. So that last bit is like this. I'm playing it's a part of a G major chord really, so it's the 3rd fret, 2nd string, the 4th fret, 3rd string, and I'm hammering on with these 2 fingers here onto the 5th fret, and then taking them off again and playing the 2 notes again, and then moving them down to the 1st and 2nd fret. And then I'm playing an open G string, which I'm kind of muting, and doing a quick run up to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string and the 4th fret. I'm hammering on there. So just putting those bits together for you. Back to the G again, and the E minor again, and the C again. So let me just put that together. And here's one of those chords that I'm not quite sure of. I can't quite hear it properly, but I'm playing a B here on the 6th string. I'm muting all the strings across to the 3rd string, and I'm playing the 7th fret on the 3rd string and the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Like that. And then the end passage is pretty much the same as the chorus, which is E minor, D major, and C sus2. E minor, actually I'm using the top string on that E minor, D major, C sus2. But I'm not picking those notes like I did on the previous versions. Okay, so let's just run through that again. And that's the end of the guitar riff roll and the song. So there you go, final run through of Sigrid's In Vain. I hope you enjoyed it. It's my interpretation, might not be precise, but at least it'll give you something to learn from. Okay, cheers and bye bye.